A very good morning to all of you and welcome back in our online classes of class 11th English. And today, children, we are going to deal with a very important part, and that is note making and summary writing. Okay, so I would request you that before starting this class, you should be sitting along with your paper and your copy rather and your pen also, so you can note it down. So in our last video, we have seen snapshot chapter number 1, and today we are going to start with a very new topic in English, that is note making and summary writing. This note making and summary writing is not been taught till date to you in English subject, so this is new, but indirectly, or rather if we look forward, what is notes, and it is not something new because most of you used to make notes while you study. Okay, most of the students are having a habit of preparing a notes for themselves personally, and they just prepare according to themselves that what all things they can remember. They just write in short form, they try to recall it and keep it like that. So this note making is also similar to that, but it has a structured format and something very important. So this note making and summary writing comes in reading section, though you have to draft it, so you can ask me, ma'am, it should be in under writing skill, but as a reading passage, how it comes in the form of an unseen passage. The entire unseen passage will be there, and you have to read the passage, and there will be two simple questions, that is on the basis of the reading of the text you form the notes, and the second question will be you write the summary. Okay, my dear children, I will just revising it, keep on repeating so that you can get an idea. So before moving ahead, what is note making? Note making is actually capturing all the key ideas. It is actually capturing all the key ideas in a easily readable and logically structured format. So with this definition, it's very clear to you that note making has a proper format, and you also need to follow this format. Note making is to organize, categorize and recall the information. So you have to organize the things, you have to just categorize it under different category in while note making, and you have to just recall the information, so how you can just have left it apart or not. And then it showed all these things, three things should be in a very concise and tabulated form. Here concise means it should be very brief, to the points, and tabulated here means that it should be in a structured format. Okay, so you are going to actually organize the things, you are going to categorize the things over here, and you are just going to recall the informations what all you want to include in note making. Before moving ahead with what are the steps of note making, I would just like to tell you that why our note making and how it is important. So we are starting from the very basic thing, that is note making in class 11 will come in the question paper in annual examination. Under which section? It will be coming under reading section. Why it will be coming under reading section? Because the entire unseen passage will be provided to you, and after reading that entire passage, you people are going to solve two questions, that is, on the basis of reading the text, kindly make notes, and you have the second part of the question is you have to write the summary. So it will be like an unseen passage. It will always come under reading section, and it will come as question number 2. Reading section forms the section number A, and it will come as question number 2, and it will be coming as two parts, A and B. And this particularly note making and summary writing usually comes in the mark which is allotted mark for you till date according to CBSE is 8 mark. Okay, it will be coming under 8 marks, means the entire question of note making is of 8 marks. So you can understand the pressure of it, or rather the weightage of it in your examination paper. If you don't get note making and summary writing correctly, so here this 8 mark you are going to lose it. Okay, my dear children, earlier this note making was there in 12th also, but this year due to pandemic it has been deleted. So it's not like that we don't know the scenario. So till date it is in 11th class. So note making and summary writing, total allotted mark is 8 mark in annual examination, and then again it is divided, means A part you have to make notes, this is of 4 marks, and summary is again of 4 marks. So this comprises total of 8 marks. This is very, very important for you to understand why I am telling you the evaluation portion you should always know. Means each and everybody of class 11 should be very much updated about the marking scheme of different questions. Then only you are going to score the marks. See, I told you it is of total 8 marks, and the notes is of 4 marks, summary writing is of 4 marks. Now in this also there is bifurcations. Okay, for example, we are going to take first notes. Okay, or note making. So this note making, allotment of mark in your question will be paper of 4 marks. Again the bifurcation will be title is of 1 mark, content will be of 2 marks, and key to abbreviations will be of 1 mark. Now title you have understood, content you will understand, means how to make notes, and what is key to abbreviations you are going to understand once we will go through it. Okay, so this is a bifurcation of this 4 mark. If you are not writing this title, 1 mark is deducted. Content improper, again the deduction will be there. So key to abbreviations will be there, 1 marks will be deducted. So this is the pattern a teacher used to follow while evaluating note making. Same for summary writing. In summary, again it is of 4 marks. Okay, and it will be evaluated on content and expression, 2 marks and 2 plus 2. So these parameters you should actually set in your mind, because people are having a misconception, or rather students think that reading section is very, very easy in English chapter, in English question paper, and this is the place where you are losing the marks. Okay, so as we are going to progress in this video about note making, I will be telling you stage by stage or step by step that what all things comes under title, what all things come in content, what all things come in key to abbreviations, and then what is summary, and how to make summary, and how to do note making. Okay, my dear children, so you just go through, you just have an idea that notes is simple. You make notes for your study, for your personal study, that is called as note making, and this is also similar to it, but it is having a structured format, a legal format which we used to follow. Okay, so how the question is going to come, I told you there will be one full unseen passage, and on that, based off that, on that passage, you are going to make doing note making, and you have to do summary writing. Okay, so now what are the steps of note making? That is now very, very important. We are going through the steps of note making. So you just sit along with your paper and copy, pen and copy, and just note it down. So, steps of note making. Number 1, the very, very important part is read the passage. Read the passage carefully. Okay, my dear students, the number 1 point is reading of the passage. You have to read the entire passage very, very carefully, similar as you read the unseen passage for the other things. So you have reading is the very first and foremost thing in note making. Then second, this is for your understandability, I am making you to write it down, is you cannot actually practice it in question paper. You can practice while practicing note making at home. So second is underline the important points. Okay, my dear children, you are going to underline in the given passage in the question paper. There will be some important points. You need to underline it. So my dear children, this is practically in question paper not possible because you are not allowed to do any marcation or mark process. Nobody allows you to, or rather the invigilators keep on reminding you, do not mark anything or do not write anything on the question paper. So while you practice, this is a basic step. If you don't follow, you are going to forget many things. So initially when you start practicing note making, make a habit of underlining the important points. Once you get this in a practice, then it is not required, because you will be habit of reading the passage and immediately you get the main idea. So read the passage carefully, underline the main points. The third step is note making only words and phrases. Means while you make notes, you have to make notes in words and phrases. The key point is do not write complete sentences. Okay, in note making, we never, I am going to underline these things. We never write complete sentence in note making. Okay, we only do note making in words and phrases, applying commas and everything. Okay, so note making is always done in words and phrases. No complete sentence is been written. If you write the complete sentences, you are going to you are likely to deduct marks, or deduction of marks will be both in format and in content as well. So that is very important. You need to take care of. Never write complete sentences in note making. Always write notes in a very words, in a very keywords or in a phrases form, applying the commas. So I hope you got this 3 points very clearly. Reading, then underlining of the important points, and writing the notes or preparing notes in words and phrases. Okay, my dear children, now we are proceeding to our fourth step, which is very important, and that is there should always be heading. This is the format, or rather there should always be heading in the notes. It should be followed by subheading, then followed by points and subpoints. Means you are not going to get it what is heading and what is subheading, madam is telling. Once we will go into format, you will understand what the heading means and what are you going to write the things in a heading. Okay, so heading comprises of what? Heading comprises of the main idea. Okay, what is all about the main idea? Okay, and then means after reading the passage, what the theme is coming out will be the heading of the chapter of that particular passage. For example, you read the entire passage, and if you are getting the entire passage is about patience, so you can give the heading as a patience. So in note making, there will always be heading, there will always be subheading, there will always be points, and then there will be some points. It is not necessary that every point will have a sub points, but definitely some of the points can have sub points also. So it's very important that heading, subheading points and sub points should be there. Then next we are going towards that. Fifth point is identify and club the similar ideas. Fifth point is identify and club similar ideas. What does this mean? Means what I told you in my previous part, that there will be heading, there will be subheading, there will be points. So identify what is the main theme of a particular passage. If you are getting something behind it, means you have to identify the ideas which are scattered here and there in the passage, club it together and put it under one heading. For example, if the entire passage is about headache, then you can give the heading as headache, okay, and causes of headache. Might it be scattered in the different parts of the passage? Club it under one heading, causes of headache. Okay, that is the meaning of clubbing of the similar ideas. Then symptoms of headache. There might have been the symptoms and pain in the head and you feel restless, you don't get a sound sleep. These are symptoms of headache. So you can actually club all those ideas under the topic called as causes of headache, under the symptoms of headache. Then what is the treatment of headache? You can actually club all those things under treatment. Club means you have to bring together. You have to bring together all the ideas, similar ideas under one heading. That is called as clubbing of the ideas. So you got my point. You have to identify different ideas and similar type of ideas. You have to club it or bring together in under one heading. That is called as identification and clubbing of the similar ideas. I hope you get it. Okay. Then sixth point is you will be very happy with the sixth point. Okay. That is short forms. This is the liberty of note making. Note making is the only tool in English where you can practice short form. You people are having nowadays a habit of writing everything in short form, which is never acceptable in any subject, neither in English nor in any other subject in your answer sheet. Rather, the teacher is going to encircle it. But in English, in this note making, you are having a liberty of actually using short forms, or rather you have to use short form. That is a compulsion in note making. If you are not using short forms, you are likely to have a deduction of the marks. So short forms are meant to be used here only. So from nowadays start practicing note making, and then you can use as much as short form. So short form, what you have to do is now I will just tell you that what types of short form you can use. That is another subtopic. But short forms, if you are writing in note making, then short forms should be underlined. All those short forms you are using or actually making while note making should be duly underlined, and along with this short form, a table titled as key to abbreviation table. Don't panic. I know what is underlining a short form and what is key to abbreviation. I will be just telling you. Okay. So short forms can be used in note making, but it should be duly underlined, and along with this short form, the key to abbreviation table should be provided. What is this key to abbreviation? It means whatever short forms you have used, you have to provide the full form of it. When we will go in the format, I will be telling you how to make the key to abbreviation table. So you have got the liberty of using short forms, but while note making, just duly underline it and provide key to abbreviation. Now the next, the seventh portion is indentation. Okay, my dear children, the seventh is indentation. What is indentation? Indentation is equal distance from margin, or rather this is all about spacing, a proper equal space during numbering of your points and subpoints. Indentation is meant for numbering, when you number your subheading, when you number your points, when you number your subpoints. How that distance has been maintained, that is called as indentation. Okay, my dear children, how the distance has been maintained, that is called as indentation. Means when you write the title, where are you going to write the heading or title? I am going to explain you. Where are you going to write the subheading? I am going to explain you. Where are you going to write the points? Apart from heading, the subheading, your points, your subpoints, everywhere marking system is there. Means you have to number it. That numbering system actually it goes on shifting towards right side. So equal spacing from the margin, that is called as indentation, and it also carries the mark. So the mark is in content of indentation. If you don't indent your note making, you are going to lose the mark in the content portion. The examiner is going to cut the mark in content. Okay, my dear children, so these are the 7 points. Number 1 is reading of the passage carefully. Number 2, just underline the important points. This is for your practice, you cannot do actually in the question paper. Then number 3, only words and phrases are to be used. You cannot use complete sentences for note making. Okay, then number 4, there will be a heading, there will be a subheading, there will be points and subpoints in note making. Number 5, you need to identify and club all those similar ideas under one subheading and under different points. Okay, then you have a liberty of using all types of short forms until and unless that short form will be approved if you underline it as well as you provide key to abbreviation. Apart from that, the last point which we saw in the last step of note making is indentation. So indentation is a equal space from the margin for numbering the subheading, for numbering the points, and for numbering the subpoints. Okay, now one by one we are going to take things under your understandability. First of all, I will be taking a small subtopic, that is short forms. What types of short forms you can use in note making? That comes under the topic mechanics of note making. Okay, my dear children, before going to the format, before proceeding to the format of the note making, I will be like because you have to use a short form. That is a compulsion in note making, because note making is meant something to be very concise, something is meant for very precise. That is called notes. If you write 10 pages, it is not called as notes. for a given paragraph. You have to make note in a very short and brief and in a structured logically format. So first of all, you have to use the short forms. As we know, number one is we have to write the notes in only words and phrases. We need not to write in a complete sentences. If you use complete sentences, the entire note making will be cut down and 0 will be marked. Okay, so you have to use only words and phrases, and you have to use short forms, or you can use short forms also, but minimum 4 short forms should be there. That is compulsion in note making. So what type of short forms you can use? That comes under the heading mechanics of note making. Okay, or you can write it for your understandability, means types of short forms. Mechanics of note making. So number one, which type of short forms? Capitalized words. Which things are capitalized? Like the name of state, country, or organization. Okay, example is like state is MP, UP, country is United Kingdom, UK, USA, organization like UNO, CBSC. So these type of capitalized words can be used in note making. Got my point? So number one short form which you can use is capitalized words. Okay, that is the name of countries or state or organization. I already given you example like MP, UP, UK, country, UNO, CBSC. Okay, so this type of things you can use in note making. Second one is commonly. All those short forms which are commonly used in magazines and journals. All those type of short forms which are commonly used in magazines and journals can be used in note making. For example, we do write English as ENG. Okay, we do write mathematics as maths, or science as SC, or Mr. as MR, or doctor as DR. So these types of commonly means short forms which are already in usage in our magazines and journals, these type you can use. So number one is your capitalized word. Number two is your commonly which are used in your magazines and your journals. Okay, now fourth type, which short forms you can use? Now fourth type is arithmetic science. Okay, sorry, third type, not fourth type. Arithmetic science such as greater than, less than, okay, is equal to, plus, minus, liter, milliliter, centimeter. All those type of signs plus values can be used in short forms. Okay, my dear children, so we have seen 3 different types of short forms we can use while note making. Apart from it, number 4th which you can use is invented. Invented means the initial first letter and the last letter. That is called your own invention. Like population, sometimes we write like this. We used to write like this. Okay, so these type of things can be used. Like education, like this. First few letters or last few letters we use. Like between, we used to write in short form like this. This is your own invention, so it will come under the heading invented. So 4 types of short forms you can write. Number 1 is capitalized words such as the name of the country, state or organization like UP, UK, USA, UNO, CBSE, NCERT. Number 2, all those short forms which are currently or rather continuously being used in magazines and journals such as English, ENG, and Science, SC, Doctor, DR. All these types of short forms can be used. Number 3 is arithmetic signs like greater than, less than, like that also you can use. Number 4, invented one like population, for because, even for increase some, but you people used to write like this. For decrease you used to write like this. So all these short forms can be used in note making. Fine, my dear children. Now before going to we should directly look for the format of note making, and after that I will tell you what is summary writing. So these types of short forms you have to use, and when you use the short forms you have to underline it and provide key to abbreviation. Okay, so we are going into the format. Now format is very important. After you read the entire passage, you have to give a title that is called as heading. So this is meant to be written in the middle of the page of your answer sheet. So title is written on the middle of the page in the center. So there will be a title of the passage. Then in your answer sheet, suppose this is the margin. Okay, in the margin you are going to write, heading is there, leave one line, write the subheading. I will explain you through one example. Just go through this thing. After the subheading, under subheading there can be various points. Okay, okay, so under that subheading, if there are points, there will be the points. So if it is numbered 1, then it will be shift towards right side inside the margin 1.1. This will be your first point. Then another point will be 1.2. This will be your second point. Under the subheading 1. That's why 1. Under the subheading, if you are having point, it will be 1.1 and 1.2. If this 1.2 is having sub points, then again shift towards the right side with an equal distance, and that is 1.2.1. This is your sub point. 1.2, another sub point. My dear children, why it is numbered as 1.2.1? Because this is under the point 1.2, so it will be termed as 1.2, then first sub point. 1.2 second, it will be not 1, it will be 2. 1.2, 2 sub point. Okay, then again second subheading will be there. Again there will be 2.1 means point, 2.2 point. See, as I am having a small board, rather there is a short of space or lack of space, so I am making you to understand here only. If your page in your answer sheet finishes here, you are not going to divide the page into 2 and do on the second part. No, it will come in the second page only. So here, then third subheading, for suppose this is a margin, third subheading, then your 3.1 points, 3.2, 3.3. Then your fourth subheading can come. Okay, like this, 4.1, 4.2, it can be 4.21, that is sub point. So, my dear children, first you understand this, that this proper spacing is called as indentation. Indentation is when we number our subheadings and our points. This is this is called as indentation. Number one, subheading, this is outside the margin. When we write the point, we number it as first subheading to 1.1. We shift with an equal space to the right side. If there is a sub point, again shift it towards the right side with an equal space 1.2.1. Suppose here it is 3.2 subheading, it will come as 3.2.1 subpoint. Okay, so in this type, this is called as indentation. And be very careful. In CBSE, while indenting notes, we never accept or never use these arrows or stars or marking like ABC. Do I have used like these things? No. If you are going to use, maybe you are going to come across certain note making in different refreshers, like it has been indented as arrow mark, star or ABC instead of the numbering system. It is not accepted by CBSE and it is totally wrong according to the examination point of view. So my dear children, while indenting, only numbers should be used, no arrows, no stars, no partition of ABC should be used. Numbering system should be used. This is very important. If you make a mistake and you write 1.1 here, 1.2 here, the examiner is going to encircle it and deduct the mark in indentation. 1 mark usually people lose in content out of 2 marks. Okay, so what is the use of doing the note making if you are making such small mistakes? So don't do it. So this is a perfect format of note making. Now madam, what are you going to do? So suppose you got a passage, you read that entire passage is about heart attack. Okay, it is all about heart attack. So the title you can give heart attack. Understood? Then subheading, you can find the causes of heart attack. You can write here subheadings as causes of heart attack. See, if you find in the passage what are the causes like high BP, low BP, stress, pressure, that things can be here in points. And then if any very important sub points related to it can come in sub points. Okay, apart from it, for example, I told you that it is all about heart attack. So you have to title this as heart attack, causes of heart attack. Then it can be here symptoms of heart attack. Then here it can be the treatment of heart attack. Okay, or what is the diet, what is given in the passage, according to that you have to make the notes. Okay, then only you are going to get the correct marks. So now this is done. You are going to prepare the note like this. In this you have to use short forms. Okay, whatever short forms you are using in this points, sub points, you need to underline that short form. Once you make this note, this is a complete, and when it is completed, it is not finished yet. Okay, it is not finished yet. After this, you have to make key to abbreviation. You have to make key to abbreviation. Means you have to make a table like this. You have to divide into 3 columns. Number 1 will be serial number. It is very important. You have to number. Number 2 will be short form, and then it is full form. So all those short forms which you have used in your note making while making the notes, you need to here write it. For example, you have used short form like this. You have this. Now what is for what you have used this? For example, you have used it for because. For example, you have used this short form. Okay, this you can for increase. Okay, for example, you have used the short form like this. Now why you have used? For multiplication or multiplies, you have to write it. Okay, so these type of table where all those short form you have used in note making, which you have underlined it, you need to write here and give the full form of it. This is termed as key to abbreviation. Now I hope you understand my marking scheme which I told you. For title, for heading you will have 1 mark. For content there is 2 mark, and this key to abbreviation is also having 1 mark. If you don't make this key to abbreviation, you automatically lose mark. And once, if you think that oh it's just 1 mark, once our examiners see that there is no key to abbreviation, automatically the examiner is going to deduct mark in content also. Okay, automatically the examiner is going to deduct marks in content also. First step, the entire format of note making which is not completed, note making is not completed with this key to abbreviation. So this should be there. Okay, now the next part is summary. That is summary writing. So you are going to write the summary, and in summary also whether it has been asked or it has not been asked, you have to give the title. Number 1 thing is in summary you have to write the title, same title because the passage is same. What the title you gave while doing note making, same title can be written. Title should be written in the middle, that's why I have written here in the middle. Okay, same. So title should be there in summary writing. Apart from this, now it is exactly opposite to note making. While writing summary, what you have to be sure? First of all, title should be there. Second, complete sentences. Means whatever notes you have made, based on that note, write the complete sentences in your own words. Do not try to copy the paragraph which is already given in the question paper, because examiner is going to know it and he or she is going to deduct the mark. So you have to write the summary in a complete sentence. Whereas in note making we do not write complete sentence. There we use only phrase and words. So that particular logically structured format which was very brief and concise, you have to now draw it in the form of sentences. Okay, the third thing which you need to remember while writing summary is use third person. Means summary should be written in third person. Indirect speech and past tense. Okay, third person, indirect speech, past tense. So there should be title, summary should be written in complete sentences, and third person indirect speech past tense it is written, that is the tone and language of the summary. and it should be brief and concise. Means whatever passage you have got, the summary should be 1/4 of it. Rather, word limits, if you take word limit, it should be of 80 words. Okay? Or if you want to tell me very clearly, in a single para. It's not like that, my dear children, that you keep on writing summary one paragraph after you are making 10,000 paragraphs or 2-3 paragraphs. No, the examiner again is going to deduct the mark both in content and expressions. Okay, so title, complete sentences, third person case, indirect speech, past tense, and the summary should be always written in a single one paragraph, and almost the word limit is of 80 words only, or rather whatever passage you have got, it should be 1/4 of it. Okay, never write 2-3 paragraphs. Similarly, note making also, the entire note making should be categorized under 4 to 5 distinct, we can call this different subheadings. Not more than 5 subheadings should be there in note making, as well as sub points should also be limited to 5 only. So here we find that summary should also have the title and exactly opposite to what we have written. So this is something, note making and summary writing is something which is which you are not going to get a perfection on in one day. You can take any passages. Now you are in class 11, you have taken your own choice subjects, like history person can take, humanities people can take any topic from history and try to make note of that topic in this format what we have learned. Then only you are going to get proficiency and practice in that. It's not a one day that directly in the examination, if you know the format you are going to do. No, the perfectness, or rather it is not going to come in your head and mind. So it's very important that you practice note making with in the due respect that you have many physics, you have taken physics, chemistry is there. You people can take one small topic. Now start preparing the note according to the note making and summary. Okay, then you will get a practice. Just like commerce student, you can take any topic of your own choice, prepare the notes on that. So for this, I am not going to give you any home assignment because the date will get uploaded. I will just send you one sample along with the passage, because the question itself is an unseen passage. So here it's very difficult for me to give you an unseen passage to speak here. So I will be sending you the entire unseen passage, and I will be sending you that sample also, how to solve it, means how to do the note making and summary. In that I will give you one home assignment through the message option in study base. I will be sending you the home assignment. Okay, so I hope you understand what is note making and summary writing. Go through the videos twice or thrice if you don't get it. So until we meet the next time, have a nice day and take care of yourself.